Carson, it's over. Are you sure? I can't watch you for shizzo ever again. Look, y'all, all this cursing and girl please, it ain't me. I mean, it isn't me. I just did it just to get your respect. Aisha got teased every day in junior high for being called an Oreo. You know, black on the outside, white on the inside. And I've just been hood rallying ever since. Whoa, you're whiter than me. Maybe so, but that's who I am. Just the black girl who enunciates. You got something to say? Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in today's dance review. For those who are new to my channel, my name is Tia Joy. Welcome. And to all of my subscribers, hey fam, how you doing? And newbies, it's so good to see you. Thank you for hopping on. I so appreciate that you are here on this journey with me. Now, for the rest of this month, we are doing Bring It On. And on top of that, I am doing a giveaway for $15 gift card to Starbucks. Now, in order to participate in that, instructions are below in my bio. Now, today, we are going to continue the Bring It On month with Bring It On In It to Win It. Now, before I get into this DS review, I need you to do two things. Number one, if you are just now tuned into this channel and you want to continue to see more of my videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also hit that bell so that way you can be in the know when I upload the new video. Bring It On In It to Win It came out in 2007. It is directed by, once again, Steve Rash. He is back again to do another Bring It On, and I am so glad he is on because he did an amazing job on the last one. Now, this movie is completely different. This time they are at a cheer camp getting ready for the World Cheer Exhibition where they can go on a world tour doing cheers. So we have a brand new cast, different people, but this kind of sounds a little similar to another movie that is out that begins with a W. So this movie is about a girl named Carson, and she is with the Sharks and Jets. What does that sound like? West Side Story, don't you think? Well, if you thought that, you are absolutely correct, because it's exactly what basically this whole movie is about. What's about the Sharks and the Jets. Now, Carson, she is captain of the Sharks, sorry. And Carson, she is played by Ashley Benson. And her biggest thing is she wants to beat the Jets, who is led by Brooke, who is played by Cassie Scerbo, and they are 3-year champions. So Carson has this big old urge, determination, like, we gotta take down the Jets. They win every single year. They always come in second place, and she's very determined to win first place this year at the World Exhibition Dance Camp competition. So she has some people that's part of her squad. So we have Aisha, who is her best friend, and she's played by Anniese, if I'm saying that right, Taylor Dendy. And she's pretty much, as you saw in the beginning of my little skit, she's the black girl, but she is very proper. And I'm going to get into that a little bit later in my lesson. But she's the one that helps holds Carson down, making sure she stays focused, making sure that she doesn't fall into the traps of the Jets, but stay sharp focus on winning the competition. We also have Sarah, who they call Got Sarah, because she's very dark and she's all about souls. But she's an amazing dancer, and she's played by Kierstin Koppel. And then we also have Ruben, and he is played by Noel Areizaga. And so he's like the guy, he's funny. I love him. Like, he's the guy, he's funny, let's just say that. He's funny, he's hilarious, and the man knows what he needs to do just to do the do. Let's just say that. I'm just gonna keep it that way. And so we have the we have the Jets, and that is led by Brooke, as I said, Cassie Scerbo, and we have Penn, who's played by Michael Koppel, and he is like, if you've seen West Side Story or if you've seen Romeo and Juliet, you know how you have that story where the girl falls in love with the enemy and of the guy of who they're against, so they're like, no, you can't do that because they are enemies, so you don't fall in love with them. Penn is a Jet, and so but Carson never knew that he was a Jet until she saw him getting the spirit stick, and it's like, he's a Jet, what the heck, I can't have a cheer relation, what she just said, she can't have that with Penn because he's a Jet. And so they have their little love story, but then again, things get a little bit challenged along the way. We also have Chelsea, who is played by Jennifer Tisdale, and that is actually Ashley Tisdale. If you've seen Sweet Like a Zack and Cody, if you've seen High School Musical, that's her sister. I believe that's her, I don't know if that's her older sister or younger sister. Let me see. I think that's her older sister, actually. Yeah, it's her oldest. Oh, she's a September baby. Okay. Yes, September baby. Yes, honey. Okay. And so she is also a Jet. Chelsea, she's like, she's funny. She's like the girl who takes things literal, like when Ayesha is like, I'm gonna slice you like government cheese, and she was like, I didn't even know the government made cheese. It's like, child, like oh my gosh, like, Chelsea, just go back to tanning, honey. What is you talking about? Like, she's that type of girl, but she's funny. We have Pepper, and she's in charge of Spirit Thunder. So there's two camps that is going on. So we have Spirit Thunder, and that's where the Jets and the Sharks are underneath for their camp. And then we have Camp Victory, so them two, not only do we have the Jets and the Sharks against each other, but we also have the two camps against each other, Spirit Thunder versus Victory. So Vance Voorhees, he has his own squad who he believes that's going to beat Spirit Thunder, and that is the Flamingos. Now, I'm about to get into some of my favorite scenes that I like in this movie. I do have 3 for this one, so let's go ahead and get into it. So my first thing I like was the cheer rumble. Okay, so it was a tie between the cheer rumble and the cheer off at the beach. I like both of them because it really just shows determination between the Sharks and the Jets. Like, they really do not like each other, and it's like every moment they get to battle each other, they battle. It's like, save it for the cheer competition. Like, they battle 2 times before they actually go to the competition. It's like they cannot get enough of getting at each other's faces. Like, they are for real rivals. But I really like this West Side Story type feel when they are doing their cheer rumble in the streets. It's dark, it's nighttime. This is just after Carson and her team, they are doing a cheer sacrifice because there's a situation that happens, and you have the Jets who come after them and they throw bottles at them, and then they just start having a cheer rumble in the streets. And I like how the whole instrumental, I love how synchronated both crews was, even though they were opposite. I just love the battle that they were doing, and it just really felt like a West Side Story type feel to it when they were battling each other. Blues, and then they start to the routine that they did, and they just in each other's faces got the reds versus the blues, and then they start to do the Jets will do their routine, and then you have the Sharks, they will do theirs, and then they go into a pyramid, and it's like, yo, like, there's no, springy floor. Like they're for real in the streets. Like, what are y'all doing? So they're for real in the streets. Like, what are y'all doing? So they're doing this high pyramid. They're really competing against each other, and it's like, yo, and you know, Pepper, she's like, oh, like, can y'all just give each other a break? Like, come on, like you haven't got to the competition yet. You just training, and you already like you're down each other's throats. So I just really like the cheer rumble. I just love the field, just the whole theme in general, because it really just brought out the Sharks and the Jets together, really going against each other in that West Side nighttime feel versus when they were on the beach. They were just dancing, and they had some amazing choreography on both sides too, when they were really like clowning each other. Like it was funny. My second favorite scene is the Flamingos. The Flamingos did an amazing job in the competition. I thought they did pretty good. I like the Flamingos. I like what they did. They had the girls, they flipped them, and then they had them in their lap, and they did the little flamingo type thing going on. And they, like I said, there was a lot of guys who flipped in here. And then I also like the pose at the end. One thing I could definitely say with the Flamingos, they had a lot of tumblers. Like, if I felt like there was more tumbling than it was specifically a bunch of choreography, but they still was a good strong group, because they just had I like the diagonals and the shapes that they made, and they really stood out, especially by them, the girls being in the air, and you know, you're already on one leg, but they really embraced the one leg because they are the Flamingos, and Flamingos are known for standing on one leg. And so I just really like what they did with their routine. So I think they did a good job. I can see why Vance Voorhees was so bragging about them, because they just had a lot to do. But at the end of the day, they weren't as creative as I thought they probably would have been. But I think Vance was very pumping them up of more of being tumblers and those who could do more flips than they were of who can actually deliver some good, pure, fun choreography. I mean, it looked fun, but it wasn't to a fun of, yeah, that was amazing. And I really like the two guys when they were doing their flips. They did the flip to their squad, and then they reversed it, and then they went backwards and it's like they went forward, and then they got sprung to go back and go back again, and that was really, really cool. So my third favorite scene in this movie is the shets. Now, the Sharks and the Jets, when they did the little rumble in the street, they ended up getting some of their members hurt. And so in order for them to compete in the competition, you know, they had to go home. But Kierstin, she had this idea, like, how about we both combine both strong choreography from both of our squads and become together and compete in the competition. So they gave Pepper the idea, and she gave him like, okay, do it. And so they did that, and so now they are the Shets, and they are competing at the competition. So one thing I love is they had some amazing choreography. First, they start off with, it's almost like they took the rumble theme that they did when they were in the streets, made that in the beginning, and then they just broke it down. So Kierstin, who was the main choreographer for the group, she did an amazing job. She was very stressful, like, oh my gosh, I don't know if people will like it, I don't know if it's going to be winning, because she's just so used to, you know, losing, and she really wanted to win this year. But the fact that both the Sharks and the Jets came together, and they worked together, and Brooke gave her that inspiration, gave her that motivation, knowing that really at the end of the day, Brooke was really intimidated by Kierstin. So the encouragement of just keep going, she did an amazing job. They had some great choreography. I love the flips that they did. I like how they went in their groups when they did the 3 men going at a time, and they had another 3 men. So they really took use of all of the stage, which is great. I love the hip hop breakdown. You can really tell that each area in this choreography was taking something from somebody in the group, which was great. So I just really like how the hip hop breakdown, how they add that in there. And then, of course, I believe is my absolute favorite is when Kierstin had this idea of doing this like roller coaster type move. Now, to be really, really honest, when I looked at this choreography, it kind of reminded me of Bring It On Again. And the reason why I say that is because if you've seen Bring It On Again, I told you about the Renegades, who are actually my favorite squad, and their routine. You know how they did that little swing movement? If you see Carson and Brooke, they did the same thing, except for they did it what was it? They did it horizontal. They did it vertical. And so when they swung, they went up, and when in the Bring It On Again, they went up and grabbed the girl's leg, but in the Bring It On, they just pushed up, and then they folded, and then for this one, they folded over, and then they did that cross jump, and in Bring It On Again, they did that cross jump too. So I kind of thought that was some, it looked the same, but it's like they combined it together instead of in Bring It On Again, they broke it down. So I thought that was very similar, but it was still a cool move. It's new, it's different, and I think they did a great job. And then the ending, they just killed it with the bow. Like, let's go. So I love their choreography. I thought they all did it amazing, very diverse. It was all different, and they did it. They did great. They had a lot of energy. They smiled. They really entertained, and they fed off of each other. And I'm glad that they were able to work together and compete in this competition. See, the lesson that this movie taught me is to be true to who you are and don't try to change to please people. Like for Ayesha, she was really just a girl who is African American, but she's just very proper. But she only acted, ghetto because she just got tired of people calling her Oreo. And so that's the thing when it comes to African American, when we are more educated, it's almost like it's a bad thing that we're a little bit more proper with our words. And it's like, why is that a bad thing? Like, for her, it was a bad thing. She got teased all the time. Oh, you're the black girl who acts super white. You're just so proper. You think you're bougie. You think you're better than everyone. It's like, what's wrong with being more proper? What's wrong with having manners? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. And so for Ayesha, she thought if she changed to be who people think that black people are, which is super ghetto and act ratchet and cursing and talking a certain specific language, now they can get her respect, because it's like, okay, you're being true to who you are, which is being black, because that's the stereotype of what people believe all African Americans are. And it's like, not everybody is like that, and just because of that, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. So for her, that's what she felt like she needed to do in order to feel accepted and to gain respect. Even with Sarah, she's more, she really lied and thought and said, I want to be part of the squad because, I'm being forced to. But she really liked it because there's another twist to it that pretty much relates to, I guess, her personality that she likes, which is the twist of being excited to watch people fail as much as we love to succeed. So that's very interesting. Then you have Ruben, on the other hand, who they assumed was gay. They assumed that he was gay because evidently the way his manners was, but he's so funny. Like, he's funny. But I love the guy. And so he's like, oh, you assumed I'm gay. So he said, y'all started changing in front of me. He's like, I couldn't change that. It's like, bruh, like, so he played gay because they thought he was gay. So it's just important to be true to who you are. And then Penn, his situation, being honest with his parents about who he is. And then we have Chelsea, same thing. She's acting all slutty because she thinks that's going to get her to have more guys. But really, she's not even that type of way. But she just did it because she just wanted attention, because evidently she wasn't getting attention. So it's just be true who you are. And once they really start to understand who they are, now they can breathe and actually move on. So my lesson is just be you. Don't try to change to gain respect. Don't try to change to make people like you. Just be yourself. I'm learning to be myself. I ain't trying to be nobody but me. So if I got issues, oh well, I don't care. I ain't gonna change for you, sir, ma'am, and in between. I'm just saying, I'm just gonna be me. So it's just very important just to be yourself. But that's the lesson that I learned. If that's all that I have for this dance review, if you liked it, go ahead and hit that like button, and also hit that subscribe so that way you can just hit the subscribe button. Just hit it, and also hit that bell. That's where I'm going, so that way you can be notified when I upload a new video instantly. And don't forget, I am doing a giveaway this month, so definitely enter into that. Follow my 3 steps. All the information, like I said in the beginning, is gonna be in my bio. Amazing job to all the dancers who were involved. Tony G, he is the main choreographer for this whole movie. I tried to see who was his assistant, but I didn't see any. So Tony G, he did his thing. Amazing job to Tony G, who is the choreographer for this movie. I will list everyone in my Dancers Hall of Fame, which I have at the end. So if you see a name, hit up your friend, be like, yo, I see you, I didn't even know. And if I did know, congrats once again, because I'm so proud of you. But thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You are all amazing. I will see you guys in the next one, which is I upload a new dance review every Tuesday and Thursday. So I'll see you all in the next one. And don't forget to make good choices. Bye.